It's Thursday. It's Mark Pyers. It's real.
I was walking down the road today, looking for another way
to ease my mind
and help my living.
It's Real Talk. It's the daily variety show, Mark Pyers Real Talk. I'm here to help you make smarter moves, to amplify your current state. And I'm here with you on Thursday, day 381 in a row of the Mark Pyers Real Talk show. And can you believe that? 381 days? We're just moving along, aren't we? And I see some of my people are on over here on Instagram. Thank you so much. I implore you, head to YouTube, subscribe and ding the bell over there. The show is so much better on YouTube or Facebook, Twitch. I mean, every other platform but Instagram, unfortunately, but that's where most of the people who watch my program tune in is Instagram. So please, guys, head over to YouTube. So I'm here with you guys today to discuss reflecting and redirecting. Yesterday was probably the first, I would say, negative show I put on in 381 days. It was basically like a reflection on a year and a half that I put into a property and the way they treated me after all that hard work. And so today, I told you guys, sometimes it's very important for you to reflect, but don't do it for too long. Hey, my friend, am I in Germany? No, I am in Connecticut. I'm in the United States of America right now. My wife is German, though, and I know how to say I love you in German, so I say ich liebe dich, and Dankeschön, obviously, I know how to say that, but my mother-in-law was born in Nuremberg, and it's kind of an amazing story. She moved here when she was 20 years old, but I found out the full story. She came here to visit my father-in-law when she was 20, and she never left. That's crazy. She came here to visit him, to just kind of get to know him a little, meet his family, see the U.S. And while she was here, they fell in love. And he said, I want to marry you. I want you to stay. And I know she went back a few times over the years, obviously, but she left her homeland, flew here to visit, and never left. Like, of course she left, but not, she moved her entire life here. And I just think it's amazing. People were a lot more willing to follow their hearts, 50 years ago. I don't know where the disconnect happened, where people were like, you can't risk it. You don't want to fail. If you fail, that's not good when you fail. It's great when you fail. It is phenomenal when you fail, because then you learn what you're not good at. It's something I talk about very often, because most people are afraid to try things because they don't like hearing no. They don't like hearing they're not good at something. So they just decide instead to just let that talent die within themselves. But if you strive to understand it, Zabrowski, that's what I'm talking about. Zabrowski comes in with that scream for the end of every something to live for. I get Zabrowski going. So let me see, my buddy's here in Germany. Well, that makes two of us, my friend. He said, it's okay, I can't speak English. And I said, well, we're on the same page then. I'm doing my best with it. So anyway, though, it's important to reflect. You have to redirect whenever you realize you're thinking about things negatively. And, I kind of live by that old Dr. Wayne Dyer quote, change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Whenever you look at something a specific way, it's going to appear that way to you. But if you change the way you look at it, that thing will inevitably change as well. So I think that's important, because yesterday was a day for me to I was down. Yesterday. It was hard. I got hit hard yesterday after all that work. And I took the day to let it out, slept amazing, and I woke up, and now I'm excited about the new opportunities in front of me. Yesterday, I couldn't stop thinking about this opportunity that was taken away from me after I worked so hard for it. Today, I say, good riddance. What's next? Who can I meet today to represent, whether it's a seller or a buyer? Who can I go out and find today that's looking to purchase a piece of real estate? I'm done with feeling sorry about myself. I'm feeling sorry about the fact that I did all the work. They didn't treat me fairly. What am I supposed to do with that? You move on. There are a lot of crummy people in this world, and what you have to do is figure out how to forget about them as quickly as possible. Move on. Find another reason to build wealth. Find another reason to find the successful transaction. But don't dwell. Dwelling is where misery comes from. It's true. That's why I say don't think about things for too long. One of my quotes is, don't think too much about yesterday. It happened. Don't think too much about what your future brings, because you don't even know if you get a future. You only get this moment. So if you know that to be true, just make strong moments. Think about things that happened, but just have one conversation about them, reflect, just kind of vent in one day, and then forget about it, move forward. It would do no good to my soul, to my happiness, to continue to replay how I could have done anything differently over that year and a half. A different conversation I could have had with them to maybe get them to actually give me the number they gave this next agent. I realized I couldn't have said anything else. I said it all. They weren't ready to do that until now. So you move forward, you start thinking about the positive events in front of you, and get rid of the negativity. And something that's really exciting for me, my friend Michael is on here. He actually today, I heard he had a successful chat at his old office. And Michael comes on and he drops these well-being tips. And I love them. He's got such a great energy about him. And I just love the support that we have for each other, for all of us out here in the positivity space. And, you know, I just think that that is something that inspired me. And so today I started making phone calls, started reaching out to people to get out from behind this microphone and start getting out in front of people. My first thought was schools. You know, I'm speaking to the world, trying to connect with people here, but the way I can really make an impact is to find young minds before they get out in the world, before they're tainted by reality, and have a chance to explain to them the way it works, how entrepreneurship works, how they're taught in school that if they learn this, they're going to go get a job to do that. No, it doesn't work that way. We are changing as a society, as a world. The workforce is shifting on a year-to-year basis. In 5 years, we don't know what's going to still be a job. We don't know what's going to be automated. So I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, seriously, the jobs that we have are here today, gone tomorrow. So you're going to learn something in school for a profession that may not exist in 3 to 5 years. But we know everything's going to be online. Everything's going to be somehow connected and integrated to an online experience. So how do we adapt? How do we adapt to what we know is coming? Well, I'll tell you how. Get me in front of these kids and let me explain to them that whatever they are aiming to do, they still need to be unique within. You just can't go and do something. You'll just fade away into the crowd. No matter what you're doing in life, whatever you're aiming at, it has to be you. It has to be unique. Oh, I'm going to go and be a doctor. Then you have to be a unique doctor, not just in your studies and in your actual, what is it called? Your expertise. But in general, you need to bring something else to the table. Is it a bedside manner? Something. You have to bring something to the table. A painter has to have a unique touch. A builder has to have something that he brings to the table, a creativity, something that separates you from everybody else out there. And so what I would implore these students to think as they go forward and they're learning is, okay, pinpoint a field you want to find yourself in, but then figure out how you could be unique in that field. Not just be another physical therapist. Figure out a unique selling proposition. within that marketplace. For me, I'm just going to try to connect this to me. I started a real estate business in 2007, 2008, going on my 13th year, okay? When I started this business, my differentiation was I've built homes. I built homes for 13 years before I got into real estate. So for me to help clients walk through properties, come up with ballpark estimates, understand what things are, my expertise, okay? That's one way for me to differentiate myself as a real estate agent. Number two, in 2013, I discovered the fact that nobody else had done anything with drone technology. So I was the first in Fairfield County to buy a drone and implement the technology and offer drone technology, drone photography to every one of my listings at no charge. Nobody had thought of doing that yet. Now, obviously, somebody would have thought of doing it because I did it and then everybody was doing it. There were parts of the country, I'm sure other people were doing it as well. But here in the Northeast, in Lower Fairfield County, I was the first real estate agent to do that, and then I was on the news all year. When you differentiate yourself, you become interesting. All of a sudden, Fox News, NBC, Channel 12, Channel 8, they all want to interview the drone guy. And then the FAA is getting involved, telling everybody, you can't use drone technology. You need to have a commercial license. You need to have a license for it. I'm like, I don't need anything. You come and stop me. I kept going, guys. I haven't stopped since. I've been flying my drone. And look, that loses its sting. That's why you got to continue to reinvent yourself. You know, one of the things I remember my brother-in-law saying to me, who's in finance, he said, Mark, you know what's amazing? Your profession, because you have to reinvent yourself after every transaction. I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, think about it. For me, if I have a book of clients and I keep those clients, I make the same money year after year after year. I keep making that money as long as I keep the clients. He's like, when you sell a house, that's it. There's no more income from that party, so you have to rely on them to go out and tell a friend. Or when they're at a cocktail party, they're going to think of you when someone says they want to move. Hey, you know what? This guy did really good by me, and you should give him a call. The problem is most people don't do that. So what he'd say to me is, you got to reinvent yourself. After every transaction, you need to go and find new clients. You need to go and become appealing to more buyers, more sellers, people that don't even know you. And the only way you can do that is by continuing to differentiate yourself. So what started as realtor builder, drone guy, realtor builder, drone guy vlogger, builder, drone guy vlogger, inventor, talk show host, variety show. This thing becomes something. Do you understand? But it only happens when you fail at things along the way. I just find there are so many things that we could try to do. But if you fear the failure, you'll never start. You'll never even try because you're afraid of the failure. But I challenge you to debate me on this point. True failure is not acting on that impulse. True failure is not acting and failing and then trying the next thing and failing and trying the next thing and failing until eventually you find what you're great at. True failure is sitting back and saying, I don't want to try and fail. I don't want to try and someone laughs at me. I don't want to try and then realize that it's too much work. Go and try. If it's too much work, then you know that's not meant to be your thing. If you try to do something and you enjoy it, that's the first step. I tell you, I also believe that what we're passionate about is also what we're meant to do in some manner. I started this thing as a singer-songwriter, writing and singing songs on the BeatSeat. You know, that's how this all started. And not on the BeatSeat, but writing songs. And I thought that was my purpose. I thought my purpose was to write songs for you guys, to sing songs for you, inspire you through music. But no, that's just a part of it. That's just a very small part of it because the bigger portion is real talk. But I had no idea what real talk was. I would not have been ready for real talk. Something I thought about and heard about last week that I thought was quite brilliant. Did anybody see the Golden Globes with Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais, by the way, is one of the funniest comedians on the planet. I used to love his Office before the Office in the U.S. came out. In fact, when I heard they were making one in the U.S., I was like, rubbish, because his is like perfect. It is so perfectly done. He plays Ricky Gervais through the whole season for those 12 episodes, and the way he is just awkward. His awkwardness cannot be recreated. And when I saw Steve Carell trying to do the same thing, I was like, I really hope he just decides to be Steve Carell and goes that route, because you can't be Ricky Gervais. Ricky Gervais is just so unique. So anyway, he came out the other day, and then I saw this interview of him. And I was like, you know, I just, when I see something that I enjoy, I'll do a little more research. Like, I saw that his speech, and I loved how he targeted people. He wasn't afraid to say how he felt. It was real talk. And then I said this interview of his, and he said, you know, I didn't have anything going for me until I was 41. Hey, Photography Belmont. He didn't have anything going on until he was 41. I started saying, geez, I'm 41. Not that I don't have anything going on, but he was like, he had nothing going on in his life. He was, I think the way he said it actually is he didn't have a penny to his name, he said, until he was 41. And he said when he got the Office, and he got, I guess, the British American Film BAFTA, I think they call it. He got a BAFTA, and you remember he's sitting with his girlfriend, Jane, and he's like, this is brilliant. Why didn't I do it earlier? Why didn't I do this when I was younger? And she said, because you wouldn't have been ready. You wouldn't have been committed to do it. And it's funny that she said that, because I feel the same way. I would never have been committed to put on a show every single day forever until I did decide to put on a show every single day forever. A few weeks ago, a friend of mine on the show stopped in and sent me a DM. It was a very nice DM. Because, I'm sure some people say after 381 days of doing an hour and a half every day, it's got to take a toll on you, buddy. And, yesterday was a good example of getting the downs of life, and I'm not going to pretend that they don't happen to me. I'm not going to pretend that I don't deal with the same things that you guys deal with. This is life. Life is about ups and downs, but it's about expressing it, especially when you're feeling vulnerable. It's funny how everybody's different, because I feel that way. But, speaking with my wife, she's like, I would never air out my dirty laundry like that. She's like, what are you talking about that stuff for? And I'm like, look, if I don't talk about what's really going on and how I feel and the actual details of my life, what am I doing here? This is called real talk. And she laughed. But she's just different, That's why she's never been on the program. I can't get her to ever come on the show because she's extremely private. She doesn't like to be on the air. But she understands that I do, and that this is my purpose. Cross, my friend. Yes, Ricky Gervais, everywhere I turned, I would see one of his clips, and he is hilarious. Hilarious. Like, how funny was it? He's just looking out there, and he's like, oh, you guys say you're woke, but look who you work for, Apple. He's like, he goes through everybody. He's like, just do yourselves a favor. You get an award. Don't come up here and find as an opportunity. I can't do an English accent. At least Ricky Gervais, he's got a little bit of a Cockney going. I can't really do that. If I started to do it, it's not going to be very good. I got moments where it's decent. I can't do it like I would like a Scarface or Christopher Walken, though, where I could just freely speak English. I can't really do that. Perhaps if I hit I don't know. If I put like 10 things together, maybe I'll get comfortable with it. But anyway, let's see what we got, guys. I got some news for you. I actually have some pretty good news stories. I got something that happened in the sports arena that I think you guys will enjoy. At least I will, because this guy used to be a giant, and I used to like him until he wasn't a giant anymore. Let's see what we got over here. Yeah, I've been on for about 20 minutes. It's official. It's the news on Real Talk. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's not the right one. Hold on. That's going to come on
Thing
after
every day.
this.
Must be nice. Stop dreaming about a Walt Disney World vacation. With our four-part magic ticket, a lifetime of memories is closer
So guys,
than you
did you
think.
hear about this?
To what extent have you been able
New
to
Orleans police
evaluate
issue simple
Baker
battery
Mayfield?
warrant
How
for
much was
Odell
Baker Mayfield
Beckham
part
Jr.
of your discussion with the Browns
after
during your
slapping
interview process?
officer
And
in the butt?
what's your plan for getting him back
This
on
is just
track?
unbelievable.
I spoke
You
to
know-
Baker briefly yesterday. He's down in Austin and caught up with him for just a minute.
Oh,
But
no, that's the problem. Hold on a second.
he's the
guys.
quarterback. He's the trigger man, and that's the exciting part for me.
Is that off?
He loves the vacuum.
I hear something
was
here.
clearly alarmed by the situation, Chris. The initial comment from the program on Tuesday was the money was fake.
Do you guys hear
And
this?
I think the reaction by any person with a normal functioning brain and an ounce of common sense was baloney. It wasn't fake. So
Oh, wait, what is
here
this?
is the comment renewed and revised.
Guys,
from
I don't know what
LSU
this is that I'm
statement
hearing.
issued yesterday afternoon. We're aware of the
Let's
situation.
see if I can figure it
regarding
out.
Odell Beckham Jr. interacting
Oh,
with
no, here it
LSU
is.
student athletes and others unaffiliated with the
Wait a
team.
second, where is this?
Following the championship game Monday night.
Is this it?
Initial information suggested bills that were exchanged were novelty bills. Information
I'm
and
hearing
footage
something, but
reviewed
I don't know what it
since
is.
Shows apparent cash may have also been given to LSU student athletes. So now they're saying it's a combination of monopoly money
Does
with
anybody
some
know
real
what's going on
money
here?
intermingled.
Unholy cobalt.
Baloney. It was
Is
real
Brad's
money.
card
He
better
did
than
it,
mine?
All right, I don't know.
And I don't fault the kids for taking it. It's a hypocritical system.
Sign-up
They
bonus?
generate
Does
Does
billions
anybody
of
hear that
dollars.
besides me? I'm
that
sure
how
you
Brad
do.
took that trip
I don't
to
know what the heck it
Barcelona?
is. I
With
can't figure it out
Barcelona?
right now.
Barcelona?
Steve,
Try something.
check out it on NerdWallet.
Is it on here?
Want a better credit card? We've got you. From the best rates to the best rewards.
Guys, I have
For all
no
your credit
idea
card questions, turn to the
where that's
nerds.
coming from.
Odell Beckham Jr., what do you
Is this it?
LSU
Oh
was
my
clearly
goodness.
alarmed by the situation,
Stupid
Chris. The
thing.
initial
Okay,
comment
this is on
from
my screen
the
screen. I
program
don't know
on
if you guys
Tuesday
saw
was
that.
the money was fake.
I'm sitting here trying to
and
figure out
I
what's
think the
playing in the
reaction by
background.
any
Crazy.
person with a normal
So let's get
functioning
into the
brain
story
and an
here.
ounce of common sense
New
was
Orleans police
baloney. It
issue
wasn't
simple
fake.
battery
So
warrant
here is
for
the
Odell
comment
Beckham Jr. after
renewed and
slapping an
revised
officer
from
on the
LSU.
butt.
Statement issued yesterday
Odell
afternoon. We are
Beckham
aware of
Jr.
the
is usually
situation regarding
right
Odell
when
Beckham
he
Jr.
says he gets
interacting
too
with
much attention.
LSU student athletes
For
and
acting the
others
way many
unaffiliated with the
professional
team
athletes do. But
following
this
the
week, the
championship game
Cleveland Browns
Monday night.
receiver
Initial
has brought it
information
all
suggested
on
bills
himself.
that were exchanged
On Thursday,
were
New
novelty
Orleans
bills.
police issued a
Information
simple
and
battery
footage reviewed
arrest warrant
since
for Beckham for
shows
slapping a
apparent
Superdome
cash
police
may have
officer
also
on the
been
butt
given to
in the locker
LSU
room
student
after
athletes. So
LSU's
now they're
national
saying it's a
championship
combination
win
of monopoly
over
money
Clemson.
with some real money
NOLA.com
intermingled.
reported that the
Baloney.
arena
It was real money.
officer was
He
telling
did
LSU
it,
players
right?
in the locker
And
room to
I don't
put out
fault
their
the
victory
kids for
cigars
taking it. It's a
because it
hypocritical
was against
system.
building
They generate
policy
billions of
when he
dollars.
felt
They
Beckham
don't get
slapped.
fair value. And this is when all
As
the
the
people say,
video
oh,
below
they get
shows,
an education.
Beckham
They don't
came up
get fair
behind the
value
officer as
for
he was
what they're
talking to the
doing. So if they
offensive
get some
lineman,
money, it's fine. The
Damian
problem
Lewis,
here,
and
though,
smacked
isn't the
him.
kid
I
who
gotta see
takes
this
the
now,
money in
guys.
his hand. It's
on.
the grown man
No, it's not
who
letting me
should
play
know
it.
better
Hold on.
than to put the money in their hand in front of a camera.
showing it? Maybe
Odell
I'll show it
Beckham
to you on
Jr.,
our
what are
screen.
you
Already watched this.
thinking,
Let's see if
man?
we
What
can
are
see it
you
together.
doing? And Chris, I know you're a big
Let's see what we got
OBJ
here,
guy.
ready?
Yeah. The bottom line is this is a
Hey man, D. Lou finna go to jail, y'all. Hey, hey, what about the big ugly, baby? No!
he wants us
Hey man! Uh-oh. Lord.
and don't
Again,
look for
some
attention
really just
anywhere
like,
and everywhere
I
you
didn't
can
realize
get
they
it. It
had
was stupid of
Scorsese
him,
on the camera
and I think
there.
the end result's going to be
I mean, who
he's going to
has
get
this guy in the
excommunicated
camera?
from the
They're
LSU
like, oh, yeah, we
program.
have
He's not going to
footage.
be
You don't have
welcome
any
on the
footage.
sidelines. He's
What
not going to be
footage is
welcome
that?
in the locker
I
room.
saw a picture of
They're
some
going to be
guy's
told by
thigh.
the NCAA, or they're going to
It
decide
was
to
a
do
big
it on their
thigh.
own.
I don't need to
That
look at some
OBJ
dude's thigh.
is no
Where's the
longer
video of Odell
affiliated
Beckham
directly,
Jr.
indirectly in any way with this
smacking
program.
some
That's all they're
police
going to be able
officer
to
in
do
the
to get
hyena.
out of this
I
one.
don't think
And
it's
OBJ
real,
is going to
guys.
wonder, what
First
did
of all,
I do
this
to
is kind of
deserve it?
ridiculous.
Well,
They're
you
gonna
gave out
arrest
money
him for
on
that.
camera. That's what you
Whatever.
did.
Well, yeah.
People just
I
like to
mean,
make
I
examples
certainly
of
wish he
people
would have been a
like,
little more
Odell Beckham
discreet
Jr.
in doing that. There's
Partially
no doubt
because
about that.
he's easy
Alyssa,
to make an
I hear
example
you.
out of.
And yeah, he brings
You
this
start
upon
making,
himself,
you know, you go out
certainly.
there and just
And
you're so
LSU's not going to be
loud.
happy. And they
Everyone
might tell him
sees
to
you.
stay away for a
Of course
little
they're gonna
bit.
make
You're
you
right
do
about
that.
that, too. Eventually, he'll be
So,
back in
I
their
don't know,
good graces.
Odell,
I mean, when
they're
I was at
coming
the
to get
University
ya.
of Texas, right?
Michael,
Matthew
what's up, my
McConaughey
brother?
was around
I think they're coming to get
until
Michael.
the
No, they're not
neighbors
coming to get
called
you,
the
brother. I'm just
cops when
kidding.
he was dancing
Michael and I
around
have been playing
naked,
the last couple
playing the
days
bongos
because
in his
I'm
house
still waiting for
with
this
a huge
video.
pile of
He
marijuana
played
on his
Toto
kitchen
in the Wizard
table.
of Oz.
But
It was a
eventually,
long time ago.
Wait,
It
was
was
that him or was that you?
No, I wish
anyways,
that was there. That would have been a
we're
fun
gonna,
party, man.
we'll
I
move
could
on to
play
our
the
next
bongos
story
and do that
here,
too, man.
which
I would have
is-
been there. But
Again,
yeah,
it's kind of
Mac
leaning
Brown didn't let
on
him
the
around for a little
political
while,
arena.
and
I
then
don't like to talk
hey,
about politics
you
that you know
a
that.
few years. I think 2 years
However,
went by and
it's
he was
important
back.
that we talk about this. Iran to fund cyber attacks with cryptocurrency, says ex-CIA officer. Now, this scares me, guys. You know, cryptocurrency, apparently there's a lot of it out there, or some people have large amounts of it. And to fund cyber attacks with it, that's something they could do. I mean, I have a lot of people from Iran that tune into this program. I'd like to know if this is something you've heard about. Also, you know, I mean, it's a dangerous world we live in, I know, but that regime there is extremely dangerous. And if they're going to start funding cyber attacks, I don't know, guys. Let's see what it says. Iran's cyber spies will use cryptocurrency to fund information warfare against the West, warns an ex-CIA officer. U.S. cryptocurrency expert Yahya Fanusi says that it is likely Tehran will step up cyber attacks and propaganda against the U.S. despite tensions easing following the U.S. assassination of Iranian general and retaliatory Iranian airstrike on the American military airbase. So let's see. Because cyber attacks are a form of asymmetric warfare with plausible deniability, it makes sense that Iran would use them to strike back. Crypto could play a role in that. Mr. Fanusi, now adjunct senior fellow at the Center for New American Security think tank, says Iran is likely to use cryptocurrency to fund disinformation tactics in the upcoming U.S. election. Similar to how Russia used digital currency as part of its alleged interference in the previous campaign. Former CIA operative Yahya Fanusi, crypto, I think I should do a voice as this guy. Don't you think so? Let's see, how would Yahya Fanusi sound? Let's see, here we go. Crypto helped Russia mount that operation to purchase VPNs, rent computer servers, and buy domain names. It was mostly paid for in Bitcoin, he said. The US needs to understand information warfare is a growing part of cyber. It's relatively easy to do a social media campaign with bots and the like. He's English! Anybody who says bots and the like is English, right? So he said that. Crypto plays a role in the hide of any identity when pledging... Now I went off there. Hold on. Crypto plays a role as you can hide your identity when purchasing these tools. Cybersecurity experts and government officials have already seen a spike in activity from pro-Iranian hackers and social media users. Iran has been hit with several economic sanctions by the U.S., and the Iranian government has been probing the use of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin to dodge such sanctions. The post-Iran to fund cyber attacks from cryptocurrency, says CIA officer appeared first in Coin Rivet. Guys, I read these stories to you in real time. I don't know if they're any good, but I wanted you to hear about that because I'm nervous about cyber attacks. So this one I have to talk to you about. Hold on. Wow. Okay, so Michael, my buddy over here, said that their cyber attacks and cyber terrorists have already hit some stops here, some cities in the U.S. Last year, St. Petersburg, Florida, they had their personal and citizens' records hacked and paid to get, they had to pay to get it back. You know, they had to use crypto, I guess. Jeez. So it is happening out there. It's a very scary thing. Oh, there he is. Brad's on. I love it. Brad, thank you for tuning in, my friend. We're just talking about lots of crazy stuff today. We're about to get into one of the craziest stories, and it's something I haven't talked about yet, but I feel like I need to, just because this is real talk, and we have to bring it up. This guy, this terrible human being right here. I'm going to see if I can pull this up a little more so you can see it. So they're making a 3-part documentary called Who Killed Jeffrey Epstein? It's a docuseries set at Investigation Discovery. Investigation Discovery has announced a new 3-part anthology series beginning with Who Killed Jeffrey Epstein. Henry Schleif, group president of ID, Travel Channel, American Heroes Channel, and Destination America, announced the series Thursday at the Television Critics Association Winter Press Tour in Pasadena. ID is announcing it will investigate the biggest mystery out there today: who killed Jeffrey Epstein. As the title of our 3-part special we're produced with Jupiter Entertainment suggests, we will explore the recent undisclosed before forensic evidence and testimony by several well-known experts, reflecting that the person who killed Jeffrey Epstein may not be Jeffrey Epstein. The first episode, focusing on Epstein, is set to debut in 2020. More Who Killed specials will follow on different subjects that have not yet been announced. Here is the official description for the first special from ID. Jeffrey Epstein's, I got to do this as some stupid television voiceover. Ready? Jeffrey Epstein's repugnant stock. We got to get music on. Hold on. No, that's not a good one. Hold on. Is that a good one? Jeffrey Epstein's repugnant saga begins in Palm Beach, Florida. Often thought of as a high society retreat for the rich and affluent, Epstein was first accused of trafficking. Now, this is not a good one, guys. He's a horrible human being. Horrible human being. But I'm here to shine some light on something, okay? This is it. Keep your eyes open. There's a lot of bad people out there, and some of them have a ton of money, like this guy. And what he did, I read a story the other day that said he was trafficking young girls to the British Virgin Islands. Or I don't know if it was British Virgin Islands, wherever his island was. He had like a pad there, and he would traffic people in. You know, it's a shame somebody whacked him, because obviously he has something he would have said. I mean, just look at him. Do you think he's the type of guy who would have killed himself? No. Definitely not. He's too vain. He would have rot in prison. Absolutely. If they just let him live. If you think about the amount of people who were attached to this scumbag, it could have been anybody who had him killed. Anybody. All they have to do is make a call. Do you guys understand how easy it would be for somebody like the Clintons or whoever to drop just a hammer on him? They're so connected. The information this dude knew about people was probably frightening to them. And they had to get rid of him. They had to silence him before he said something that could put them in jeopardy. Look, what do I know? It just seems like that's what happened. Do you guys agree? Do you think that's what happened? Because I think that's exactly what happened. So let's see what else we got over here, guys. Basically, that's a horrible story, though. Human being that just should not, he should have been caught a lot earlier. Same thing, though. Didn't they say they had this information on him years ago and nobody did anything about it, just like they did with Weinstein? It's like unbelievable. People get away with it just because they had money. So this is something I wanted to share with you guys, just in case you know anybody who has cancer. Share this information with them. This could help. This could save their lives. Cancer treatment study finds targeting nearby normal cells could improve survival rates. Let's get into this one. Cancer of the immune system, called lymphoma or leukemia, generally affects the entire body's bone marrow and lymph nodes. Because these types of cancers are so widespread, surgery isn't useful, so patients are usually treated with chemotherapy. Although these treatments have become significantly better in the past 10 years, lymphoma and chronic leukemia often come back months or years after treatment. Effective treatment options for these types of cancers become more and more limited over time as tumors become resistant to chemotherapy after multiple rounds of treatment. For the majority of patients, a cure is out of reach, so the goal of a treatment is instead to control the cancer for as long as possible. There's currently a huge need to improve therapies that can eliminate cells that are resistant to chemotherapy and prevent the disease from reoccurring. However, my colleagues and I recently identified a new Achilles heel for blood cancers. Our new research found that treating the normal cells near the cancer cells with a type of drug known as small molecule inhibitors It significantly improved the effects of the broad range of chemotherapies. In fact, in one test, this combination therapy extended the length of survival over 90% longer than using chemotherapy alone. That is really something right there. I hope you guys are paying attention to this. This shows that cancer cells, which would normally have resisted and survived chemotherapy, could now be eliminated from the body. Not only does this give patients a new kind of treatment, it also has a potential to cure patients who currently have to live with the disease for the rest of their lives. Repurposing treatments. Like with any living organism, cancer cells don't like to live in isolation. They communicate with each other, the cells, as part of a larger system known as the microenvironment. By communicating with nearby cells, cancer cells receive a constant supply of nourishment in the form of anchorage proteins, secreted growth factors, and metabolites produced by the cancer's neighboring normal cells. These normal cells, known as stroma, are as an essential component of most cancers because they support tumor growth and survival. Without nourishment from stroma, cancer cells usually die. Researchers have often wondered what effect isolating cancer cells from neighboring stroma cells would have on cancer treatment. However, the biggest challenge researchers previously faced was knowing what cells in the microenvironment to target and how to tailor treatments to those cells. In a previous study, we found that lymphoma and leukemia cells actually cause inflammation in stroma cells, and that these cells also produce a protein called kinase C, PKC beta. After coming in contact with cancer cells, we've now found that this protein causes resistance to chemotherapy in cancer cells. However, we also found that when stroma cells' genes made it unable to produce this protein, it developed resistance to lymphoma and leukemia. Knowing the role that this protein plays gives us a way to interfere with the communication that takes place between cancer and stroma cells, effectively cutting the lifeline for cancer cells, and ideally enhancing the effects of cancer therapies. Luckily, drugs that block the function of the PKC protein have already been developed. These weren't previously considered to be useful cancer treatments after clinical trial failures. Part of the reason for this was the failure is because these drugs were designed to kill cancer cells directly, which was shown to be ineffective. But as the team showed, repurposing these drugs to directly target stroma cells next to tumors, not the cancer cells, makes cancer cells more vulnerable to chemotherapy. Simultaneously, targeting cancer cells with chemotherapy and stroma cells with PKC inhibitors is better than using either treatment alone. The double strike on immune cancers has potential to significantly enhance current treatments and thereby extend life expectancy for many patients. This story goes on and on and on, guys. Actually, I think I'm getting pretty close to the end. Let me just check one more thing here. This new treatment method might be beneficial to hundreds of thousands that are currently diagnosed who are under observation or treatment. If these results can be replicated in further trials, it could become the new backbone for blood cancer treatments. This article is republished from the conversation. So anyway, that's that. I hope you guys got something out of that, and you may be able to help somebody by sharing that story with them. And you know what? I need to hope everything's okay. My wife just tried calling twice. She knows I'm live, though. Like, why is she calling right now? And she knows I'm live. But the show must go on. I still have to play a song for you on the BeatSeat. You know that beautiful thing right over there? That's right. I don't know what to play for you, though. What do you guys want to hear? My man Brad's on. Maybe I should play something for Brad. Maybe I should create a song about the Curse of Oak Island for y'all. I hope, Michael, head over to YouTube, subscribe and ding the bell over there, my friend, because that's where the show goes. Let's see. I think it's time for a song. I'm going to grab a guitar and play something for you, okay? Don't go anywhere. I don't have a pick, though, today. I thought I had my pick. I don't. Oh, it's on the BeatSeat. You guys ready for this? You guys remember that tune, right? All right, let's do this. Alrighty, let's see what we got over here. Are we live? We're live. Check, check, check. I always like to say check, 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 at least a few times to make sure that the microphone works. How's that one go? Here's a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. It's been the ruin of many a boy. And oh Lord, I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. My father was that gambling man down in New Orleans. There is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. And it's been the ruin of many young boys. Yeah. Oh, my Lord, down in New Orleans.
your smile and your light.
I don't remember how it fully goes, but that was the first song I ever wrote. And I never really finished. I started writing that many years ago. It's called Inner Pieces, I think.
I think I see it in her, the power from above. You'll see, you'll feel, you understand when your eyes in your soul, in your eyes in your heart and in your soul, in your eyes, in your heart, in your soul. My heart has been written down with grief and thought.
Oh, I'm gonna try to find that, guys. I'm gonna play that for you. That's like old school Mark Pyers, like one of the firsts. I wrote 150 songs. I mean, so I got so many songs just rolling around this noggin of mine, and I forget a lot of them, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, that's right, I wrote that. I tried to play this for you guys a while back. It's actually probably a better song for my raspy voice for today because I'm still dealing with this cold. This is called Believe in Me. Need a little more volume. Hold on. Let's see if that's better. Should be a little better. Yeah. All right, this is Believe in Me. Turn the volume down and listen to yourself. Whisper to yourself again. I'm on the stage. Just let the seasons change. No more waiting out the moments in between the laughs and tears along the way. Keeps the wild side in me alive. And I'm in love again. I'm in love. I'm in love again. Oh, I'm in love again. If you believe in me, I'll never let you down. Do you believe that we can turn this world around? Oh, I'll hold you close. I'll be your tree if you believe in me. And I'm in love again. And I'm in love. I'm in love again. Oh, I'm in love again. Long ago, way before I lost my mind, I tried to find life's work in a dream. Ain't life a scream? Star in the movie of your whole life for free. Yeah, but no one gets to see, no one gets to hear the narration and story points that only you can share. And I'm in love again. I'm in love, and I'm in love again. I'm in love again.
I'll be your tree if you believe in me. Do you believe in me? I'll never let you down. Do you believe that we can turn this world around? Oh, I'll hold you close. I'll be your tree if you believe in me. I'll be close. I'll be your tree if you believe in me. Oh, I'll hold you close. I'll be your tree if you believe in me. And I'm in love again. And I'm in love. I'm in love again. And I'm in love again.
There you go. Anybody on for that? So that's my song, Believe in Me. And the other one that I played for you was a little Animals tune, right? You guys know the Animals tune that we played? Oh, so that's an official show for you guys. 53 minutes. It's not that long of a show. Sorry I didn't hit an hour today. My bad. Hopefully you got a little bit of music there. We had some motivation. We're back on track, guys. Yesterday happened. We leave it in the rear view and we start fresh. Every day is the beginning of something magical. You just need to believe it. You need to believe it. I ran across someone yesterday who said to me, it's amazing, but when I need to do something, when something needs to be accomplished, I just get it done. And I was like, wow. That's brilliant, because most people are afraid of that. You know, like I got to get something done, and then we just sit in our fear. Well, I'm trying to close this off. But this person was saying, it's amazing how we as humans, when we need to accomplish something, we just do it. We just get it done. It just says a lot about our human willpower, you know, the ability to actually step up and accomplish. We have the ability to do so many things. And it starts with belief in yourself. And if you believe in me, I'll never let you down. I'll hold you close. I'll be your tree if you believe in me. That's my song. Wrote it 10 years ago, 11 years ago. You can listen to it anytime you want on my website at BeatSeat.rocks. You could hear it on Spotify. It's my album, Something to Live For, this album. The whole album's available on Spotify. You can listen to it on my website at BeatSeat.rocks. And that song I just played for you is on it. Great song. I don't know if you guys heard, there's a set of lyrics in there that blow my mind every time I sing them and hear them, or even just listen to them. It says, star in your whole life. Star in the movie of your whole life for free. But no one gets to see, and no one gets to hear the narration and the story points that only you can share. It's like my favorite line that I've ever written. I mean, just let me say that to you again, because it blows my mind every time. Star in the movie of your life for free, but no one gets to see, no one gets to hear the narration and story points that only you can share. We star in the movie of our lives. People watch from the outside. They get a perspective of you and they have their own impressions. But no one gets to see, no one gets to hear the narration and the story points that only you can share. Open up that voice and let them out. Share it. Let the world hear what you're thinking. Stop hiding behind these thoughts and these emotions. We star in a movie of our lives for free. We star in the movie of our lives for free. But no one gets to see, no one gets to hear the narration and the story points that only you can share. The story points that only I can share. It only happens if I come out here and do a real talk for you every day. And for you in your life, no one gets to know what you're thinking. No one gets to experience the story points, the narration that your mind is playing around with. Think about that. I love that line. No one gets to see no. Oh, man. That's the reason I play that song. And then the hook. Do you believe in me? I'll never let you down. Do you believe that we can change this world around? I'll hold you close. I'll be your tree if you believe in me. I'll be your tree if you believe in me. When I hear songs like this that came out of me in real time 12 years ago, it's real talk, guys. Star in the movie of your life for free. But no one gets to see, no one gets to hear the narration and story points that only you can share. And do you believe in me? Because I'll never let you down. Do you believe that we can change this world around? I'll hold you close. I'll be your tree if you believe in me. That's it, guys. That's Real Talk 101 right there. And it's in a song I wrote 10, 12 years ago. That's what I'm talking about. This is my mission, is to come out here and experience it over again. I come here and play a song for you, and then all of a sudden I'm experiencing it again for the first time in a while. I'm like, wait, I forgot about that line. Star in the movie of my life for free. But no one gets to see, and no one gets to hear the narration and story points that only I could share. Awesome line. And yes, I believe in you. I hope you'll never let me down, because I'll never let you down. I'll be here every day showing up. And I do believe we can make a change. I believe that we can make a change. So when I say, do you believe in me? I'll never let you down. Do you believe that we can turn this world around? Do you? You know I do. I've been here for 381 days believing. Not only believing that it's possible, but I'm going to make it happen. And I hope you join me. I hope you share the content. I hope you let people know that we're doing what we're doing here. I made a new contact today on Instagram. And we're DMing each other back and forth. And he's another motivational speaker. And he goes, holy cow, I didn't realize that you've been live for 381 days. He goes, I just took a whole different appreciation to what you're doing. I thought you're just doing, you're out there just dropping content, inspiring. But you've been live every day doing an hour plus. Like, it just inspired him in a whole new way. And that's what we're here to do, is to push each other. But honestly, guys, if you believe in me, I'll never let you down. And I do believe that we can turn this world around. And I'll hold you close. I'll be your tree if you believe in me. Now, I'm about to lead you guys over on Instagram. Got 40 seconds left here. I appreciate you. Please tune in tomorrow, day 382. It's going to be Friday night Real Talk. I don't know if I'm going to do a daily show midday tomorrow. It may just be a night show, or it may just be a day show, or it may be both. There could be audience participation at this one. We'll see if anybody wants me to do 2 shows tomorrow. Anyway, I appreciate you guys on Instagram. We're getting the 13-second countdown starting right now. We just had it. I guess it just cut out. I don't know why, but it cut out already. Anyway, I'm here with you guys over for the rest of our channels. I just want to say I appreciate you. Thank you very much for tuning in every day and for sharing this content and for remembering that this is a show that goes. This is a show it's intended to just take its own course on a daily basis. And today it took us to Believe in Me, which is a song I haven't played in a very long time. But I love that song. And when you listen to those lyrics again, and you hear star in the movie of your life for free, but no one gets to see and no one gets to hear the narration and story points that only you can share. And I do believe in you. I'll just make one promise to you. If you believe in me, I'll never let you down. because I believe we can turn this world around. I'll hold you close. I'll be your tree if you believe in me. That's it, guys. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's episode. I appreciate you. Make sure you send over those DMs with any songs you want to hear this weekend. It's music all weekend on the BeatSeat. Looking forward to it, guys. Have yourselves a great night. It's Mark Pyers. And it's Real Talk.